Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yizzo. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in to another beautiful, lovely episode of Mornings with Omar. And I'm your host, of course, Omar. And I thank you for tuning in. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope everybody's doing well, feeling good, looking good, just doing good. You know, having good vibes and good vibrations. It's a beautiful day. Um, Fresh off the snowstorm out here on the East Coast. Shit, looks like they had one down there out south too. But I hope everybody's doing well. As far as me, I'm doing okay. Trying to keep a good mental health. You know, uh, Stay with a positive mind, positive attitude, keep it a positive environment, and just keep pushing forward. So welcome in. If this is your first time listening, thank you for tuning in. I hope you stay here for the long term. And if this is your, returning time listening, then, welcome back. You know what time it is and you know what we're going to do. So you heard we here. Let's go, man. Like, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to my homies. Shout out to the hoes. Shout out to the pimps. Shout out to the players. Shout out to the hustlers. Shout out to the workers. Who else can we shout out? Shout out to the people that shovel snow, keep the roads clean. Shout out to all the healthcare people. Shout out to everybody that's just out there trying to make it. So, yeah, man. Where can we start, man? It's. I feel like it's been a weird week. A lot of stuff's been going on. A lot of things have been happening. I've been trying to keep up with everything. A lot's been going on. Shit, man. Prayers out to everybody out there in Texas, Houston, and wherever else was affected. It's looking real crazy out there. Floods, people without power, without water. It's been crazy. Um, I've never really been through something like that, and my heart is with everybody that's out there going through it. I know a couple people out there in Texas, and I reached out to them, and honestly, like I was telling them, I'm like, yo, I ain't even know it snowed out there in Texas. Like I ain't even think that was something that ever happened. So yeah, that threw me for a loop when I seen it. I seen the people posting a lot of snow and stuff on the ground. And I was taken aback because I'm like, what the fuck? Is this Texas where I'm seeing all this at? And it was, which is crazy. And then it just got progressively worse, as the days went by. And man, I know if y'all seen some of them pictures and videos and things like that, it's really crazy. And, we got to find a way to help and assist those people in need through these trying times, man, because, when things like this happen, all we can really do is rely on each other, as the people, as each other, as neighbors and friends of friends, and, just really just lend a hand, be a human and have a heart and, find a way where you can assist. I'm going to do that. That's something that, I need to look more into, being someone that, can just do something. If I can send a few dollars or, whatever I can do. Just call on people, check on people, whatever you may need, whatever they may need, and whatever we can do to help. Try to help. Because you never know when it could be you. We can't really rely on, our government officials to help us because we see time and time after again when we're in need and they on vacation, So We gotta find a way to just keep assisting and helping each other, you know. And prayers to everybody out there that's going through it and that's affected, by that. I don't know if it's a storm or winter storm. Yeah, man, it's crazy out there. So, if you don't know what's going on, get in tune, check your news, check your socials, do some Google searches, and really take a look and see how these people are, really trying to maneuver out there, make things happen, because it's tough out there. And other world news, or not world news, but American news, y'all boy, he got off from the impeachment. I guess he got acquitted. And, I didn't really follow it. I just, read a few headlines here and there because, my hopes wasn't up for that, honestly. And I don't think anybody's hopes was up for that. We knew what the fuck he did the first time. And, we knew what happened the second time. But they don't want that stain, and that stain on their rep that, it's the 21st century, so they not trying to really impeach nobody, and they not trying to, hold nobody accountable for whatever reason. But, like I said a while back, they want to let people, do what they want to their Capitol buildings and, do what they want to their government, and, that's on them, because shit gonna hit the fan sooner or later, and they're gonna have to look back and think like, damn, we should have held certain people accountable to ensure that these things don't happen again. So, now that shit happened, we just gonna see, and y'all know what time it is, man. I've been seeing people, who was it? Some mayor in Texas, I think Colorado City, Texas. He was talking crazy. I think it was on Facebook or some shit. He was saying, like, people, and this is about the people that's been affected with the storm and stuff like that. But he was saying that these people just want a handout, and they need to do what they got to do to figure things out and find a way to eat, and just being really insensitive and inhumane, and just, I don't even know the word to use for people like that. But they're pieces of shit, for lack of a better term. And he resigned. It was a mayor, like I said, of Colorado City. I don't know his name, and I don't care about his name. But he resigned, and he should have resigned, because people like that should not be in official spots, in charge of making decisions that can affect other people. Because clearly, people like that does not have the best interests of the people. We got to remember that when we elect these officials and elect these people to be mayors and governors or police chiefs, fire chiefs, school district people, we got to really put the right people in these seats, because if you don't, then, you get people like that, when shit happens, then all they do is blame the people and not send help, or not even just show some compassion. And, you got to remember that voting is important, and where he's from is probably some fucking back of the woods town that nobody knows, because I never heard of Colorado City, Texas, that is. I mean, when I first read it, I was confused, because I'm thinking they're talking about Colorado, but then I see the TX on the end, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So clearly Texas has a lot of random cities, and I've never been there, so I don't know, but it's a huge state, so I can imagine it has random shit. But yeah, man, like, just, it's important to put the right people in positions of power, because you never know. You never know when you're going to need these people. And, like I said, we pay taxes for a reason. There should be some type of emergency fund that, can assist the people in need when they need it. Why else do we pay taxes? We don't pay it to fucking, I don't know, just have these people sit up in their nice, luxurious fucking homes and, talk shit online when people are in need. So, yeah, man, fuck that guy, and, I hope he rots, because people like that, I don't care for, honestly. Um, fucking, man, listen, man, just prayers to everybody involved out there that's going through that and that's affected, like I said, and, hopefully we can find a way to all get through that, because what happens in one part of the country really should, and I mean, I feel like it could affect the rest of the country because we're all one. We're all in this together. This is our country, the country of the people, and we have to remember that, and we have to, move accordingly because we can't rely on other people. And when I say other people, I mean these fake people in power that's supposed to help us that don't. We need to hold these people accountable and make sure that, when we need certain things, those things are addressed and we're taken care of as people that pay taxes in this country. You know, Valentine's Day came and went. For me, I'm a single man out here, so I ain't do too much. I was cool and chilling. Just getting my little drink on, my little smoke on, and it wasn't about nothing. But I ain't see too much online on the socials. I thought I would see more, uh, you know, photos and Bay got me this, and we're here and we're there. I ain't see too much of that. The people that were already in relationships that was established, they posted their things, which we all kind of saw coming. But for the people that we was unsure about, I ain't see nothing. So, last episode I was saying like, you're gonna find out if you decide nigga or if you decide chick, and I think a lot of people might have found out, because I ain't see nothing really being posted. If you was on the if you was on the fence about being in a relationship or not being in a relationship, then I think we all saw the answer, because a lot of people ain't post shit, and we all saw what we ain't see, and it's cool, Like I said, just join the rest of us in this single world that's just out here dolo. But like I said, I seen a lot of happy couples, and kudos to y'all. Keep doing what y'all gotta do. Keep things spicy. Keep doing whatever y'all do to make it work. I don't know, cause I'm single. What the fuck do I know? But yeah, man, it was a struggle for some. Even the people that was in relationships that had side chicks and people that they wanted to see, they couldn't even see them, and I know they was hurting. I got a couple of homies. I ain't gonna put their name out there, but yeah, I mean they was trying to make some power moves and they couldn't because it's Valentine's Day. But they told me something, man. They was saying that a lot of chicks was on go for Valentine's Day. A lot of girls was feeling lonely, and all you had to do was hit them up and bring a balloon or something, or bring anything, and it was a go. And I was tempted. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was tempted to just shoot my shot at a couple, but I wasn't really trying to do that, man. I was gonna buy my homegirl some flowers, because actually I did go out there and check her out, and we smoked and we vibed, but it wasn't nothing like that. And I was just gonna buy her some flowers just off the strength. It's Valentine's Day, whatever. But flowers are expensive, so I was like, man, fuck that. She cool, we good. Like, we ain't even gonna do that. So yeah, man, shout out to everybody that did something for Valentine's Day. It would have been nice to do something, but it was cool to, just relax and not have to, stress about trying to make something all nice and fancy, or just go above and beyond for a regular ass day for real. Maybe next year things would be different, and even then I don't see myself going above and beyond because Valentine's Day is biased. Men don't get shit. We have to do everything, and we have to go above and beyond to, well, for the right people you don't, but for these people that live in fucking fairy tale land, they want you to go above and beyond and do all this extra shit. When realistically, for real niggas like myself, you know, we take care of ours all year. We don't gotta wait for a special day to, show you we love you and shit like that. Of course, I feel like Valentine's Day you should just take the time, you know, uh, to just, you know, work on your relationship and spend some time, some quiet time, uh, to just love on each other and, just reflect and be happy and celebrate each other and shit like that. All that other shit, man. That's like, I feel like that's for the younger people. And I'm kind of old, so, all that extra shit. And I feel like I said, that's for the young kids, man. But anyway, like I said, it came and went. Shout out to everybody that had a Valentine. Shout out to everybody that was single and alone like me. And, we got through it, That shit's over with. And we ain't got to worry about that no more. We got a year to find a Valentine. So, better luck next year. I was watching some movies, and I told you I would watch some movies and come back here and talk to y'all about it. I didn't get to watch all the movies that I wanted to. Um, I started to watch Malcolm and Marie. I seen like the first 30 minutes of it or so, and it was really good. I liked it. It was about a couple, and I think they just kind of talk about the relationship in it. And but I didn't finish it honestly. But for what I did see, it was good. And honestly, I fell asleep. I was tired. I think I was drinking. I was out with some friends, so I ain't really finished it. But I heard a lot of good things about it, and my plan is to watch it this weekend because I got a little time. So I'm gonna definitely check that out. Another movie I want to check out is The Little Things. That's on HBO Max, and that's the one with Denzel and is it Jared Leto? I think that's his name. He's in it, and someone else, and I don't even know what it's about, but I obviously heard good things about that as well, and of course it has Denzel in it. He doesn't just hop in anything, so that's another movie I'm gonna check out this weekend. Um, but I did get to check out Judas and the Black Messiah, and man, was was that a wonderful movie, a wonderful masterpiece. Shout out to Ryan Coogler and the rest of the producers in that. I don't really know the other ones, but I do know Ryan Coogler. Uh, Listen, it was about Fred Hampton, the Black Panther Party. It was really on his perspective and his life. It didn't really talk too much about Bobby Seale, who I think was killed much earlier in that whole Black Panther um, party, and like when it first really started. I think he was killed early on. So if I'm not mistaken, I think Fred Hampton and Huey Newton, they really continued it because of him. But it didn't really talk about Huey Newton too much either. Like I said, it was just really mainly about Fred and his life, and it wasn't his whole life. It was just, I think Huey might have already been in jail at this time. I don't know, because like I said, they didn't talk about him. But it was a really good movie. It was phenomenal, actually. And I don't want to, spoil it, but if you know anything about Fred Hampton, then you can probably, figure out what happened in the movie. But it really kind of, it was talking about, I didn't really know that there was an informant involved in the Black Panther Party. an FBI informant, but I'm really not surprised because the FBI or the CIA was always involved in, you know, black leaders, organizations. Um, you can think of Malcolm X, obviously the Black Panthers. They probably was in there where when Martin got killed. I mean, they killed him, so you know. Um, who else we have? Marcus Garvey. I think they got him for like tax evasion or something, and then they deported him. So you know, anytime there's some black leader that's doing well and uplifting and organizing black people and all people for that, because you know the Black Panthers, they was organizing more than just black people. So was Malcolm, so was Martin. You know the story, you know how this goes. But nevertheless, I didn't know that, but it was really good. It really showed the informant's involvement in the Black Panthers and in Fred Hampton's life. Uh, Obviously, we all knew that Hoover was a racist, and you know he legit said that the Black Panther Party was the greatest threat to national security in America. That free breakfast for children, because I don't know if y'all know this, but what they call it today, WIC. So WIC was actually something that the government took off of the Black Panthers. They invented that. They created that free breakfast program for children. That's something that they did, and they called that the greatest threat. Because the Black Panthers was feeding thousands of kids a week with free grits and something else. Free breakfast, literally free breakfast. And so I think after the organization really dismantled and things like that, then the government themselves obviously did their version of free breakfast, where you get WIC and free grits and cereal and like milk and shit like that, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, the government took that from the Black Panthers. So if you didn't know that, now you know. And sometimes they try to paint these narratives that the Black Panthers was some terrorists, or they was extremists, or whatever the fuck they want to say. What they do to things that were uplifting to a certain demographic of people. So they tried to paint the narrative as if the Black Panthers was this bad thing, and they killed cops, and they whatever, bro. It's all bullshit, and I knew this prior to watching the movie because I read books, so I know what was going on. But nevertheless, what I'm saying is, go check out the movie, man. Like, you should probably get a free subscription to HBO Max if you never had it. And if you did have it, create a new email address, man, or find a new email. You might get a free week or something. So find a way to watch the movie. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I learned a little bit. And, the actors did a great job. Actresses did a great job. I thought that they would talk more about, what's her name? Is it Asaka Shakur? I think that's who it is. The one that fled to Cuba after allegedly shooting a police officer. I thought they would talk more about that, but they didn't, and that was fine. I didn't know what I was expecting. I just went in it with an open mind. But yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah, really good movie. They really assassinated that man in his sleep, which is crazy. It just shows you the lengths that they'll go to hinder, the progress of the people, And that's all I'll say about that. Really good movie. Y'all should check that out. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I thought I fucked some shit up. What else happened in the world? Um, hmm. One of the things I want to talk about, man, is just like the consumption that. Oh well, before I go into that, more world shit, or American shit, whatever. So apparently, they landed some rover on Mars, I believe it was, and I guess this thing's been flying. Perseverance, I think they called it. It's been headed to Mars for the past 6 months, which I ain't even know. Uh, but yeah, so I think they finally landed some shit, some rover. I don't know if people's on the rover. I don't know if like astronauts are with the rover or if it's just the rover. But either way, it's this Mars thing and outer space thing. I really think they're really trying to create life out there. Which is crazy. I know what's his name, the Tesla dude. Uh, Tesla dude. Damn, why am I blanking on his name? Uh, Elon Musk. There we go. Damn. I know he's been big on this whole outer space thing and trying to get cars to fly out there, or not cars, but you know what I'm saying. He's really focused on outer space. So yeah, they landed some rover on Mars. It took 6 months. It was like a 300-mile trip, which I don't feel like that's that far. I mean, obviously it's up, so it's not like 300 miles on the road. So I guess that is that far. 300 miles in space. I don't know if I would go to space. Like if there was like life on another planet and we had a way to get there, would you move to outer space? Like, would you, if there was like a fucking grocery store and like think about that shit. Like grocery stores and cars and gas stations and fucking a bunch of people on another planet. Just think about how expensive that trip would be. You know how expensive it is to fly from here to like Asia or Europe? It's really expensive. So think about that plane ticket, or that, what would it be? Not a jet. Yeah, rocket ship fucking ticket. That shit would probably be like 100,000 to fly out there. That's nuts. That's nuts to think about. So we wouldn't make it if we wanted to. Most of us, I mean, we ain't got money like that. And if you did, then obviously it's a place that we couldn't go. And I don't know if I want to go there. I'm cool with Earth. I like it here. Although people, don't take care of the environment as much as they should, it's pretty cool here. And that leads to my next point. You got to be mindful of the things that you do while you're here on the earth. You got to be mindful of the footprint that you leave behind. You got to be mindful of the water consumption that you have. So I did this like sometime last year. I did like a little survey type of thing where you find out how much water you use. Like, it's just like an estimate. And it asks you questions about, how long showers do you take? How do you do the dishes? If you use a dishwasher, or if you like hand wash them, if you keep the water running while you wash the dishes, or if you fill up the sink. They even consider like the water that you use when you shop for groceries and things like that, because that stuff involves water. If you're getting food that's flown to you, or if it comes by ship, and it really goes in depth about the different ways that you use water. And it really just opened up my eyes to, like I said, the water consumption I have. How many times you flush the toilet? Like if you pee and let it mellow, or if you just flush every time. Like what if you pee and it's clear because you drink a lot of fluids, a lot of water. Do you just flush every time, or um, if you just pee a little bit, do you flush that little bit? Like so, like I said, these are all the things that it kind of talked about, and it had me thinking about, and it really changed my ways of, just showering and brushing my teeth. I already kind of, when I brush my teeth, I'll, wet the toothbrush and I'll turn the water off. I always done that. I don't just let the water run because obviously that's a waste of water. And I know that there's people in other countries that don't have easy access to water like I do. I'm grateful that I can just turn the water on and go to the sink, turn the water on, and water comes out. But some people have to walk miles with buckets to get water, and I know that. So I try to be mindful of the water I use. But to be honest, I was one of those people that just flushed everything down the toilet. I pee a little bit, I flush it. If I pee and it's clear, I flush it. If I pee, whatever, I just flushed it. I didn't think too much about it. But realistically, every time you flush the toilet, that's like a gallon of water. Probably a gallon. I think it's a gallon. A gallon of water that just whoop goes right down, the pipes and stuff like that. And that's wasteful, And I'm not here to tell you how you should, run your home and run your bathroom and things like that. But for me, I got the idea of like, yeah, I see how this could waste water. So, sometimes, when I go to the bathroom, I'll just let it sit there. If it's yellow, let it mellow. Sometimes I just let it mellow. And if it's brown, flush it down. I'm sure you heard of that saying before. And I just do my best to, like I said, not overconsume the amount of water that I use in every way life, every day, every way. Whether it's brushing my teeth, doing the dishes, taking long showers. I used to take Hollywood showers. That's what I call them. When I'm in there for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That's a Hollywood shower because no one should be in a shower that long. It's really a waste of water. Like, take a shower, 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, bro. But them 30, 40-minute showers, next time you're in there, just think about the people in other countries that can't take that shower. That have to get buckets and have to wash with buckets. So yeah, man. Another thing was, the trash that people have. How much trash do you consume on a daily basis? And this is all just about the environment here. So, I'm sure just like most of y'all, especially in black homes, we have like somewhere in the kitchen a bunch of plastic bags under the sink or in the cupboard, cabinet, whatever you call it. Just think about like the amount of plastic bags that you consume and you just bundle up all in the pile. And, eventually, those bags make it to the trash, and how much trash are you really consuming every day? I can't remember the exact numbers, but, when you go to the store and if you're not really getting a bunch of things, just don't get a bag. You don't need a bag. It's wasteful. If you can carry a couple items, just carry them. Or what you could do is get a reusable bag. It can be like, you can get them. Every grocery store basically sells them for like 10 cents. You know what I mean? Spend a 10 cent, get a reusable bag or a quarter, however much it costs, and just keep taking the bag with you. That way, You're not stockpiling a bunch of plastic bags or just getting plastic bags for small items. You know, it's like I said, it's wasteful. And just be mindful on all the trash that you're consuming because it's really a lot when you think about it. And I wish I had the numbers that I could really tell y'all. I wasn't really planning on talking about this. It's just kind of the Mars thing led me into it. But yeah, people accumulate a lot of trash on a daily basis. When you go to the store and you buy your little coffee drink or your uh, energy drink, that you get a can, or if you just go buy some snacks, all these things that you're just buying and spending money and accumulating just to throw in the trash, you know? Uh, yeah, man, just think about your footprint on the earth, the water you consume, the amount of water, the amount of trash you accumulate, the food you eat. Try to pick the right foods. Because I also learned that some food gets flown to you, to your state. Because I mean, I knew that, I know it now, but I'm saying over the course of my life, something I learned. But yeah, some of the fish that you get that you see in your supermarket, it got flown there or it got driven there in like a cool truck, whatever them shits is called. Some of the fruits, obviously, that is not in, can't possibly grow in the climate that you live in. I mean, you see it on there. Product of Peru or product of Guatemala. I mean, these fruits aren't not organic. They're not locally grown. So, those things have a footprint too. The foods that you purchase at the grocery store. And if you can limit the amount of out of state, out of city food that you eat, then you can limit, your ecological, I think that's the word, footprint on the earth. And who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to leave a better earth for their people that come after them? For your sons, your daughters, your nieces, your nephews, your grandkids, your great grandkids. You want to leave them a good, healthy environment. And it starts with us. It starts with us being the difference, us being the branch of the tree that, helps the tree thrive. So just be mindful of these things, man. That's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm getting at. Because a lot of the things that the ways we are now, we learned when we were younger. Whether you know it or you don't know it. The attachments that we form with our parents. That stuff affects us to this current day. To the current age that you're at. So, if you were a kid that uh, was told that you couldn't do things or you never did things right and stuff like that, then you grow up with that doubt. At a young age, I think it's at like 2. Children have that autonomy versus shame or doubt. That conflict. And if kids can feel like they can do things on their own and they can achieve things on their own, that's why it's important and imperative to let kids have space to grow and learn and do things. So, it's good to show kids how to clean up a mess. Don't always clean up after them. Or show kids, how to hold a cup, fucking pour a drink if they're old enough, obviously. You don't want a 1-year-old trying to pour a cup. You know what I mean? Let's be smart here. But yeah, man, that autonomy versus doubt. You want your kids to be able to feel self-sufficient. That way they'll feel good going to the bathroom, peeing in the potty. Yeah, because like I said, that doubt, it could stay with them for the long term. And when they get older and they never done anything when they were younger for themselves, They're not going to know how to do it when they're older. Same with just letting kids be able to thrive. Speaking to them, talking to them, communicating with them. Let them build up their social skills and their language and their word choice, their vocabulary. If you tell kids to be quiet all the time and they never talk and they never speak, how do you expect them to hold a conversation when they get older? Or if you always belittle in them, and I've seen this, and I'm sure we all did. We all seen that parent that just belittles their child and their child sits there, just scared to respond and things like that. And it's not good for the child, you know? So, yeah, man, like, it's really important. It's one of the things that, I can't stress enough because I know how vital it is for kids to just be in a good space, to grow around love and things like that. And I know I'm in the realistic world. I know every kid doesn't have it the same. For some, it's just not possible. Some people's parents are shitty. They've been shitty because they had shitty parents and they don't know better. But, if you're really trying to be a good parent, then really all this information is online. Like, you can literally Google what's it called? Parental tips. And you'll find all this information. If you don't know, just look it up. If you feel like you can be a better parent, you probably could. So just take the steps. It's not. I feel like people have children and then they consider the children burdens. But it's like, if you're going to be irresponsible and have children, without planning it, then, the least you could do is make sure that the child has a good life. Make sure that they have a loving home. And they have a space where they can learn and grow. So, yeah, man, just be mindful of the things that, you surround your child with. And think about the things that you were surrounded with when you were younger. Think about how you were raised and how your parents, whether they uplifted you or if they hindered your growth, and see how that may affect you today. Think about, the earliest memories you could have, and just think about how it was for you. And when you come to that, Google it or whatever your search engine is. Search it up and see how that may affect you or affected your growth, and just learn something if you don't know. But yeah, enough of that. What else is going on in the world? There was some good music, and I listened to just about all of it. I know I told y'all first that Judas and Black Messiah soundtrack, fire, all fire. That Nipsey and Hove track, I know I played it. It's one of the songs that's been on repeat for me. There's a Her song on there, that's fire. There's a Nas song on there, that's fire. What else is on there? What was that? There's a G Herbo song called All Black, and man, that song has been probably my favorite song of the weekend so far. Last weekend. I don't know what's out this week. I haven't checked, but I'm gonna check before the pod's over. But yes, that All Black by G Herbo. If you didn't heard that, check that out. That song is really good. I was listening to an album by Alicia Bella. I've never heard of her, but she's kind of like an R&B songstress, and she's really good. I've never heard her before, but I listened to the album. The album's called Muse, Musce, and it's a vibe. So y'all should definitely check that out. I listened to the Lucky Day album. I don't know if I mentioned. I think I did. I listened to the Lucky Day joint. That joint is fire. I really wasn't. I thought the song was going to be like. Remember, I was telling y'all that On Red song with Tiana Major, and I wasn't really feeling the song, but I felt like it would sound better in the middle of the album, and it did. It really did. He has a song with Mahalia. I don't know how you say her name. It's called My Window. That song is my favorite song on there. That Jones fire. He got the joint with Queen Nigel on there called Dream, and I know that was on her album because I heard it before, and he put it on his album as well, the little EP or whatever. It's fire. He got a song with Ari Lennox called Access Denied. It it's all fire. Just check it out. Lucky Day, Table for Two. That's what it's called. TWO, like the number. And yeah, I was really uh pleased with that. I listened to the Eric Bellinger joint with Hitmaker. That album's really good. Only thing I can say about that is most of the songs kind of sound the same, but it was a lot of songs if I'm not mistaken. But it was really good. The album was good. I enjoyed it. It's a good little vibe. If you got a little shorty that's into that type of music, good luck with that, because a lot of chicks is just into that Meg and Cardi and shit like that, that upper music. That Eric Bellinger and Lucky Day, that's some more, vibe, chill music. Have a glass of wine, maybe something like that. Paint a picture, you know. What other songs came out? The Pink Sweats, his album, that was fire. Um, it was like 20 tracks on there too, but it was really good. The whole thing. I like him. He's from Philly, and he stays in his lane, and it works. Let's see what other new albums came out this week. Let's see if there's anybody I know. Oh, CJ, the Whoop-Dee dude. I thought he was from Baltimore, but he's actually from like Long Island or something. But looks like he has an album, 8 songs, a little EP. He got a joint with French on there. So it's called Loyalty Over Royalty. I'll check that out. Kevin Gates, looks like he dropped something. Only the Generals Part 2. I'll have to check that out. Trippy Red dropped something. Pegasus, something like that. See if there's any R&B. I'm an R&B dude. Kelly Rowland, looks like she dropped an album called K. Okay, let's see. Oh, Jim Jones. Oh, yeah. He dropped that joint with Harry Fraud. Yeah, I'm definitely, that's probably going to be my go-to once I get up off of here. Jim Jones is that dude. I mean, he's been delivering nonstop, since the beginning of time. Since he came out, every album he puts out really is really fire. So I'm gonna definitely check that out. Jim Jones called The Fraud Department with Harry Fraud. I'm gonna check that out for sure. What else is going on? Well, let's get into sports while I think of something else. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles, they finally traded Carson Wentz, and they traded him to the Colts. I think he's back with his old offensive coordinator since, Phillip Rivers retired. So they were in need of a quarterback, and I think it made sense for, them to make the move, honestly. And, if Carson Wentz is anything like his old self, he has some weapons there. He has the receivers. He has the running game. He has one of the best offensive lines. He has a solid defense. I can see them making the playoffs next year. And actually, the Eagles received a second-round pick, and a third-round pick. And if the Colts make the playoffs, then that second-round pick turns into a first-round pick. Or if Carson Wentz plays 75% of the snaps, then that second-round pick turns into a first-round pick. So, I thought they would get more. I thought they would get like a first and maybe a third or something. But I guess essentially that's exactly what they're going to get because Carson Wentz is probably going to play 70% of the snaps, and they might make the playoffs. So, they'll probably get that first and the third. So, it's a good deal. The Eagles can move on with Jalen Hurts possibly and not have to worry about, a disgruntled quarterback. Carson Wentz can move on. New place, new system, new environment, new teammates. I don't think the Eagles players was too fond of him anyway. He wasn't the one that got them the title. And a lot of those players are going now anyway, so everybody gets the fresh start. Still waiting on Deshaun Watson to get moved. If he does, the Jets is high on the list. I think I said the Raiders. They was talking about it. I just heard of a new team. Not the Jets, not the Dolphins. Who am I thinking of? I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, he's still in Houston as of now, and hopefully they finally let him go at some point and just move on because, he's not happy, and the franchise is ran terribly. So, that's that. What else is going on? The Bucks, they're trying to, get all their people back. They got some free agents coming up. I think Shaq Barrett, Levante David, or Devin White, one of them is also free agents. Chris Godwin's a free agent. Leonard Fournette's a free agent. I think AB might be a free agent. Gronk is another free agent. Another free agent. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to bring all them back, and because I don't think they have that much cap space. I think they got like $30 million, but Shaq Barrett is probably worth like $20 million. So, it's gonna be tough to see if they can bring on the whole team back and run it back. But I know Tom, he's gonna try to convince them all. He's been taking less his whole career, so maybe he can convince a few guys to take a little less money to run it back. But it's going to be interesting to see for sure. Rest in peace to Vincent Jackson. He was a receiver that used to play in the NFL. He was found dead, I think, in a hotel. I don't remember which city, but he was young. I think he was like 38, high 30s. I don't think they know the cause of death yet, but prayers to his family and his friends and anyone that cared about him. I remember him, as just growing up watching football, being a casual fan. And I remember seeing him on a few teams. So, it's unfortunate that, he passed so young. But hopefully he's in a better place now. And like I said, prayers to his family, man. What else happened in the league? Well, NBA wise, NBA wise, the All-Star game, the starters have been announced, and those starters are, one second, I know LeBron is the captain in the West, and I think, is it Joel Embiid? No, it's Durant. Durant is the other All-Star captain. So LeBron's the West captain. Durant's the East captain. I think that should have definitely went to Embiid, but I think the fans might vote for the captains. So, and then they just have to pick from, the player pool, obviously. But the starters, oh no, they already got the starters. So I don't know how they did it this year. I really don't. But the West starters: LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Paul George. Well, these aren't the starters. This is the whole team. So that was the front court. The back court: Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, and Devin Booker. And shout out to Devin Booker because he been balling. And Donovan Mitchell too. I think they still first in the West. All right, the Eastern Conference front court is Kevin Durant, the captain, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, and Jimmy Butler. And I don't know how Jimmy Butler made it because he was out a lot of the games. So, and then backcourt we got Bradley Beal. I was about to say if he ain't make it, there is something going on because he's leading the league in scoring, and he was high last year, and he should have made it last year. So, shout out to him. Congrats. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Zach LaVine. Shout out to him because he been balling too. I think he's like top 5 in scoring. And Jaylen Brown. Okay, so they got 2 Celtics out there. I think that might be Jaylen Brown's first time. So, yeah, the starters. I want to see the starters though. Because I know I seen Luka starting over Damian Lillard, and I ain't really like that because I think the Blazers have a better record than the Mavericks. So, the people with the higher record should always get rewarded for that. And yes, the Blazers are in 4th place currently, and the Mavericks are in 10th place. So, Blazers at 18-10, Dallas at 13-15. Like, come on, man. Damian Lillard should be a all-star starter. And that's ridiculous that he ain't. But, yeah, and I think they're doing everything, the whole all-star weekend, all in 1 week. I mean, not in 1 week, all in one day. I think they're having the all-star game, the three-point contest, the dunk contest, and the game all in one night, if I'm not mistaken. But, don't fact check me. Do your own research. But I think that's how they're doing it. I think that's what I saw. The Lakers, they played the Nets today or last night. Lakers lost. Close game. I think it was like 109-99 or 98, something like that. LeBron dropped 32, but no one else scored. No one else helped him. Schroeder was out for some reason. Anthony Davis is out for 3 weeks. Durant didn't play, but, they still got James Harden and Kyrie Irving. And that was enough. That's all you really needed. There's 2 players to 1 player, and that was the difference. But I missed the game. I didn't catch it. It would have been nice to catch it. I still haven't really been able to catch any games. It's just been a lot going on still. But I'm going to definitely, get back into it. There's still plenty of basketball left, so I'll probably catch the second half of the season. Once around All-Star comes, yeah, I'll probably catch it then. Hey, not for nothing. Can we, stop trying to cancel people? It's really annoying. And that was like a 2019 thing, 2018 thing. So apparently, the rapper Meek Mill, he had made a bar that referenced Kobe, and I think it went something like, "I have my chopper, go out with my chopper, it'll be another Kobe," or something like that. And I get it, as somebody that likes to write music and be creative. Listen, you got to know what's still kind of fresh and what people are kind of dealt with. Kobe just died last year. He just died. He just passed, him and his daughter. And it's still on a lot of people's mind. It's still heavy. It's still like an open cut, Honestly, I didn't hear it, but I seen it online. And he probably shouldn't have said it. It probably was distasteful, and he could have probably thought of a better line. But you can't like, stop trying to cancel people. Like, he probably just, who knows? Who knows what he was thinking? We can't, who knows? You don't know the perspective that, whatever. Whatever. The point is, stop trying to cancel people, you know? If you don't like it, just don't listen to it. That's really the end of it, you know? Just, you don't have to listen to it. You have control over your own lives. You have control over what you listen to, what you watch, what you put on, what you let your kids listen to. And that's really what it comes down to. If you don't like something, don't pay attention to it. That's what I've did. That's what I do. You know, for the past couple years with all that shit going on with that guy, doing all that reckless shit, I just didn't feed into it. Because some people just like attention, and I'm not accusing this for me, but I'm just saying, speaking in general, some people do things for attention because that's what they need. And that's what a lot of people online do. They'll just say something just for attention. They don't really care. They don't really have a say-so or a egg in a basket. They just want people to repost their shit or comment on their shit and shit like that. So, some people you can't give energy to because they'll just keep taking and taking and taking. That's all they want is the energy and the attention and, the few likes and clicks that they get, from saying some shit that's relevant. And I'm just not one of those people. I don't feed into that. I try to stay in my own lane and mind my own business and formulate my own opinions and thoughts and not let, other people control my way of thinking. And I think his response was something like that y'all let other people influence y'all and feel a certain way. And that's true because it's crazy because, like, if nobody would have said something, nobody would have said anything. You know what I mean? It only takes one influential person to really go out on a limb and say, hey, that's not right. And then all of a sudden, everybody feel that same way. You know what I mean? So I get what he's saying on that. Even though I still don't agree with the line, with the bar. He could have came up with something better. That wasn't about that. But yeah, man, like, people are too easily manipulated. Everybody just wants to be a part of what's going on, and nobody want to, do things on their own and stand on their own 2 feet and stand on their own opinions. Like, this is how I feel all day, every day. And I think how I want to think, and I move how I want to move. And not everybody can do that because not everybody's comfortable with being their own self. You know what I mean? People need somebody else to tell them what to think, where to go, what to eat, what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Realistically, you're the only one that know that because you're the only one that know the position that you in. You know what your problems are. You know what your needs are. You know what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, where you should go, the things you should be doing. That's all you. So you can't possibly, be influenced to do things or think a certain way. You can be inspired by things. That makes sense. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But as far as, just waiting for the next trendy thing to come along to finally decide to start doing something or doing this or doing that. Really, you just wasting life, man. And you got to find some goals and, find a new inspiration and find some new motivation for yourself. Because, like I said, don't nobody respect that anyway. We see that. The real ones see that. We see that you don't really got no goals. And that's, I'm going to speak for all men when I say this. We don't like females that ain't got no goals, that ain't got no aspirations to do things, to do anything. We don't care what you do. Have a goal and do it. And listen, I know men ain't shit. And I know a lot of the times we ain't got goals too. And we don't really got some aspirations too. But this ain't about that. This about y'all women that just like to be in the clubs and spend money on bullshit and, do things that you're not really even going nowhere. You working a bullshit job and you're not really trying to do anything. Yo, it's 2021. We trying to be bosses out here. We trying to own things. I mean, we trying to come up. We trying to turn 100 to 300, turn 500 to 10. You know what I mean? That's the type time we on. Some of us. I can't speak for all, because I know some of them niggas ain't shit. But I'm just saying, we like some women with goals. You know what I mean? So, and listen, fellas, we gotta be on our game too. Cause if y'all don't know, these women out here, they ain't taking shit no more. And there's a lot of niggas out here that's willing to spend that bread on them. There's a lot of niggas out here that's going to fly him the motherfucking board. And you might not see your queen for a week. You know what I mean? So you better get on your A game, because there's a lot of athletes out here. And there's a lot of musicians and a lot of actors and a lot of niggas with, blue checks on their Instagram. And bitches dig that. So, you better stay on your A game, or you could lose your queen. Cause these niggas are savages out here and they don't care. They'll take your queen in front of you. They'll holler at her right there in front of you. You could be rating the comments, comment and rate with her. Rate with them. And you gonna be right there under her shit. What's good, queen? Check your DM. And now you calling her phone nonstop like, yo, I know you ain't responding to that nigga. Listen, it's happening out here. Be on your P's and Q's. Get a job, my nigga, if nothing else is working. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that was just a small rant. Small light rant. Yo, Rihanna is selling like some big ass book. I think it's like pictures of her or something. Listen, I want that book. I know she said I think it's only like 300 in the world. I want that book. That's probably a great book. Rihanna is a beautiful individual. And if there's anything that I would like to look at on a regular basis, it's pictures of Rihanna. You know what I mean? She's it. She's been it. And shout out to that queen. I need those pictures. Man, what else is going on in the world? I don't really know. Hey, did you ever just sit back and think about somebody that, used to have relations with, and you ever be tempted just to be like, yo, I should hit this person up? Yo, why don't we ever hit that person up? And this isn't about me. This is just generally speaking. I'm sure we all had these thoughts. It's like, yo, we had a great time. We really fuck with each other. We really vibe. You got to know me, and I got to know you. And we had something special. Why can't we just reconnect? Maybe for a little bit. It's a pandemic still. We know how, you know how I'm feeling. I know how you feeling. We should be able to talk. Just catch up. You know what I mean? We ain't got to make it physical. Let's just chat. See what's new. Yo, don't mind me, man. I'm just talking shit. But I think that, we should be able to do that once in a while. Not all the time. Just like here and there. If you single and I'm single, we should be able to catch up. And I think I did speak about this before. Yo, women will completely cut you off after y'all are done dealing with each other. And I still don't know why. Like, I want to know why. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, if we just, separated amicably and there's no animosity or, you know, ill feelings between each other, yeah, why can't we just come together here and there, go out to breakfast or, you know what I mean? It's, I know what it is. It's because niggas be having ulterior motives. And I know that. And it's true. But still, like, y'all women be mean. That's facts. That's big facts. That's car facts. Yo, why Pharrell don't ever look like he aged, bro? That nigga looked like he was 19 for 20 years. And it doesn't make sense to me. I need that nigga's, his skin products, bro. His shit works wonders. Listen, man, I don't know what else is going on out here. I don't know what else is going on in the world. I'm sure there's things I'm missing. But let's end on a good note. Listen, it's Friday. The weekend's here. What you can do is stay productive. If you're going through a tough time, just remember, tough times don't last. But tough people do. You know? If you don't want to struggle, you don't want to win. You know what I mean? And you'll feel better when you get through it. Life is a marathon, man. It's not a sprint. You got to just keep pushing forward, take things one day at a time. Make plans, write out your goals, and follow through. Follow through. Only you know what success is. Only you can define success for you. Success in your eyes is different than success in my eyes or anyone else's eyes. It's up to you to define your own success. So, stay productive, stay motivated, stay active, stay present in the moment, stay blessed up, stay prayed up, eat right, work out, and everything should be good, yo. Things don't happen overnight. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes a couple years for things to really fully develop. You might want something today, but the time ain't right. Timing is everything. And as long as you stay consistent and stay focused and keep working towards whatever you're working towards, when the right time comes, you'll get the things that you'll need in order to keep going forward. And what's for you will be for you. And if you thought that you should have got something and you ain't get it, then it wasn't for you. I'm going to end this with a nice quote. I'll say a quote from Langston Hughes. I like Langston Hughes, and it is Black History Month. So, I have discovered in life that there are ways of getting almost anywhere you want to go if you really want to go. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, I appreciate y'all for checking me out, for listening. Make sure y'all follow on Instagram, Mornings with Omar. You can follow the personal page, OHH period Omar. Follow me on YouTube, Omeezy2042. Follow me on Twitter. He is Omar, the number 2, the letter X. And hey, don't forget to check out Patreon. I'll be putting up some content here shortly. I'm still just in the works. Just stay tuned. There's a lot of things coming. And I'm out. It's your boy. I holla.